Hey there, friends and enemies. Joper here again, and today I wanted to talk about the status of my free-to-play account in Honkai Star Rail as we just passed the halfway mark towards the first update. And I've been really loving this game so far as a free-to-play player. Personally, I think you can get so many wishes initially. It's absolutely insane. You can get so many materials and level up. Yes, as you get later on, it's going to be hard because right now I am at Trailblazer rank 46 and equilibrium level 3, so I still have some work to do with regards to where my account stands as far as content, but I've beaten everything at this current trailblazer level and equilibrium level that I can. I've beaten the simulated worlds and all that kind of stuff. I've really enjoyed it so far, and building the teams has been so interesting because I do have to make some really thoughtful selections as I'm mixing and matching, as I'm taking on the Forgotten Hall and I need two different teams. It's been very interesting to do that as a free to play player because of you're not going to have just the best of the best all the time. You've got to be really conscious about who you have on your squad at any given time. So the characters that I've built in order of how strong they are going to be, I have Sealy. She is very good, best single target DPS in the game, absolutely tremendous. I also have E1 Welt, who is again very solid sub DPS support character and works really well in certain teams. Like when I kind of pair him with Dan Hung, he's very good. That combination is phenomenal. So having those two working together is really, really nice. I also have two really good healers. The only two healers in the game currently, but they're both really set up for success because I have Bailu, but I also have Eidolon 6 Natasha. So having both of those on my squad is so very helpful when I have these two teams that are trying to be content at the same time. So I have those options. Obviously, I have the Fire Trailblazer, who is very, very good as a shielder, while also having March the 7th as my other shielder. Unfortunately, I don't have any Eidolons on her yet, but by the end of this update, I will probably make some more wishes on the Jing Yuan banner, so hopefully I do get some Eidolons for her. I also have Ting Yun Eidolon 1. She is very good. I often pair her with Sealy, and that combination is tremendous to just do insane amounts of damage. Also, I've already talked about Dan Heng, but I have Eidolon 2 for him as well. So I've just gotten very lucky with my Eidolon so far and really built out some quality characters. So those are the primary 8 that I'm using right now, but there are a lot that I want to build in the future that I think have the potential to have a lot of success. I do have Sampo, who I'm looking forwards to some damage over the time builds that could be very, very cool, especially if I end up not getting Jing Yuan and I end up getting Kafka instead. That could be tremendous and a nice little combination. We've got Serval. I've got her Eidolon 2. She's pretty okay. I think I'll use her a lot until I do get either Jing Yuan or Kafka or somebody like that. Then I've got Hook, who I haven't really built yet. No Eidolons or anything like that. I didn't get lucky on her because I got all those Eidolons on Natasha, but I still think she's pretty solid, so I will definitely check her out in the future. Then I've got Eidolon 1 Pela. I've got Asta with no Eidolons. Xing Che with 1 Eidolon, and then Herta with 4 Eidolons, which is kind of wild. I wish she was a bit better. And then finally, so far, I have Su Shang with 2 Eidolons as well. Su Shang is another character that I will probably build up in the future. But yeah, overall, just a lot of different characters that I've really enjoyed using and experimenting with. And I've really liked mixing and matching and kind of creating these different teams. Now that I'm at the level I'm at currently, I do have to be more aware of where I'm spending my resources. So those first 8 characters are the ones that I've primarily focused on, getting them high enough to where I could really beat the content that I need to in the Forgotten Hall and the simulated world, all that kind of good stuff. So as far as my light cones go, I have gotten very lucky. I wished one time on the Lycone banner for Sealy. I did not mean to. It was an accident, but I did get her 5-star in the night Lycone, which is absolutely tremendous on her. So that's very, very nice. I also, on my Fire Trailblazer, have the Textures of Memories Super Imposition 5 Lycone, which is also very good. And I think something that's the first one I went for from my rewards from the simulated universe. I do love that you can go get all of these essentially free 5-star light cones. So I definitely recommend doing that if you have not already, getting their super impositions up, because I've also got, like, on Welt's Light Cone, I've got Fermata, and I've got that super in position too. Having the super in positions really makes a big difference for how these characters are doing. Now, I don't really have great relics. I haven't farmed them at all so far, just because I don't want to until higher. I'm higher level. It doesn't make sense unless I'm up at an equilibrium level 4 or higher, in my personal opinion. Once I hit level 50, it will make a big difference on how often I'm getting those relics. So spending the resources to buff up those relics just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, when instead I can really focus on getting the traces maxed out for the like the ultimate or the skill, depending on where I want to put those in those skill trees. That's my focus right now. I'm getting those characters up as high as possible, farming for those materials, and then once I get to the next equilibrium level, that's when I'm going to start farming for relics. For right now, I can beat everything in the game without having the strongest relics. I just kind of put on what I can. I level them up a little bit at times, depending on if I have a decent one or not. I haven't gotten any actual cracked relics yet, but it doesn't really matter. This game so far, outside of trying to 3-star the different content in the game, it doesn't really matter. You know, there's a lot, most of everything you can kind of beat without it. The only thing, like I said, the Forgotten Hall, trying the 3-star, the max level is kind of rough, especially with two different teams. And I'm probably not going to do that until I'm up an equilibrium level anyway. So that's at that point, that's when I'm going to farm for my relics. Now, level 60 as being my max right now is pretty good. I think I have a lot of characters who are there, so it's easy. Again, every item that I've earned in the game so far has been free to play. My account, I think, is in very good standing. I can beat pretty much all of the content except for the Forgotten Hall, the max challenge, and getting that 3-star, although I can beat it without having to worry about getting the stars or anything like that. So yeah, overall, I think it's a very, very fun game. I've really enjoyed my time with it so far, and I would highly recommend, if you want a challenge, if you want to have to make some conscious decisions on what direction you take your account, free to play, even battle pass will have that to a degree, where you you have to be smart about what you're doing. You have to actually think about what you're doing. You're not just plugging in everything, wishing for all these different characters, and having so many broken units that it doesn't matter what you do. That's unfortunately what happened by the end of my time in Genshin, and I'm hoping to avoid a repeat of that process with Honkai Star Rail. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you guys enjoy this game so far? Where's your account stand? What 5-star characters you have? I hope you have a good one. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. The growth lately has been pretty cool to see. My name is Jopa. I hope you have a good one. I'll catch y'all later.